Hello, man, and welcome. I pray that you all are doing well. I pray that you're having a blessed week. Tonight, I wanted to talk about three little words in our marriage that can mean so much. And we're going to talk about three words that every woman wants to hear, and that is, I love you. But let me ask you this. Are there three other words that she might want to hear? What are some other words? What are some things that your wife likes to hear in the comments, as we talk through this? What are some other words that your wife wants to hear? I saw it on a post today where an individual asked, what are three words besides I love you that your wife wants to hear? Because sometimes we say I love you and we use it, I don't know, almost like it's over and over, to really like the meaning is kind of lost. Or so thinking of other words that have more special meaning. So tonight we're going to talk about these things, and feel free to use these words yourself. These are not copyrighted. You can go ahead and use them. You got my permission. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So we talked briefly about I love you, that every woman wants to hear that, but there's some other words. Let's look at First John 3:18. It says this: let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth. So in all things, our words have a powerful meaning. Sometimes we say them and they mean so much, yet other times they're just kind of watered down, like if we say things too much. But behind those words that we're using, there has to be some meaning. There has to be some action as well. Even if you say, to your wife, hey, I love you, what actions are you showing? What actions come behind that? As the scripture points out, that let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth. So here are a couple powerful three-word phrases that show love, not just say it. The first one is this: I got you. When was the last time you ever said that to your wife? You went up to her and whatever the situation was, and you just simply said, I got you. And what does I got you mean? I got you means so much. It means that you're not fighting this life alone. You're not in this situation alone. You're not carrying the pressure of the world. You're not carrying the pressure of life alone. But I got you, meaning I'm right there with you. You're not out there solving every issue and every problem alone. But I got you. That's covenant talk, meaning that you are there for your wife. Just imagine your wife comes home from a hard day at work and she's venting, she's sharing, hey, I had a bad day. Here are the things that happened. And then your wife just hears you say, I got you. That's powerful right there. I got you. It means so much that you're there. Well, you didn't have to say anything else. Yes, your wife knows that you love her because you're there, you're listening to her, but just simply saying, I got you. What is it that I can help with? What is it that you need me to do? Ecclesiastes says this, that two are better than one. Marriage is I got you in a daily form. Two are better than one. Think about when you have issues. When you have issues going on in your life and you're out there all alone facing the world, it's much better when you have someone alongside you that you know is there to support you, is there to strengthen you, there to encourage you, to help pick you up if you happen to fall. Two are much better than one. I got you goes a long way. If you haven't used that yet, first of all, I want you to practice saying it, because sometimes if our vocabulary isn't we're not in practice with using some things and we try to just say, hey, I got you, don't just jump out the closet and say, hey, I got you, or something like that. No, practice it a couple of times so you can understand how you're using the phrase. And I guarantee that you will see something special come from your wife when you say, I got you. Next phrase is this: is I trust you. This is deep. I trust you. I trust you. You know, trust is a major part of life, especially within a marriage, within an organization, within the church. Trust is so very important. You have to have a loving marriage where everybody trusts one another. When the trust is gone, it's so hard to bring that back. But simply saying, I trust you means so much because you can love someone, but still not trust them. Let me say it again. You can love someone, but still not trust them. Trust says this. Trust says that I believe your heart. I believe your intentions. I believe your motives. That's what trust says. Trust says that I believe God is working in you. Proverbs 31 says this. Her husband safely trust her. Trust is emotional oxygen in a marriage. It says so much. You have to have trust in your relationship. The more trust you have going on in your marriage, the more successful your marriage will be. Next phrase is this, is I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. This is your wife sharing with you. Once again, they had a tough day. There's somebody at work that's just bugging them, or there's this customer they had to deal with. And they just want to come home and vent. They don't want you to be Mr. Fix It Man. They don't want you to put on a cape and go run and get the bad guy at work, or somebody, you know, because somebody ate their yogurt out the refrigerator. No, they just want to vent. They just want to be heard. And you simply saying, I hear you, says so much. I hear you. It's not just sitting there for you to wait and wait for your turn to talk. In essence, no. It's not trying to fix something immediately. Yes, you're there to fix it. Your wife knows that you're there to fix it. However, you don't need to come out the gate saying, hey, let's go fix this. Let's go get it right now. No, sometimes you just need to vent. And your wife needs somebody there to listen. So she just needs you to say, I hear you. I understand you. And you're not defending yourself either. I hear you means that to your wife, your voice matters. I understand you. Your feelings matter. Your experience matters. I hear you. I understand. It's not about your turn to jump in the conversation, but letting your wife feel secure enough, your wife trusting you enough. Because if we look at a relationship with our wives want to have that sense of security. When they feel secure, they're going to be able to open up more. When they're not secure, then they're going to start to withdraw. They're going to start to pull away. So I hear you means so much. It means your voice matters. And through that, they will feel that security of knowing that you're there for them. James 1:19 says, be quick to listen, slow to speak. I heard it before where you have one mouth and two ears, so you need to listen twice as much. Don't just want to be sitting there waiting, not even listening to what your wife said, because you can't wait for your turn to jump in the conversation to say what you got to say. No, listen. I hear you. It's going to go a long way. Practice that, because I know some of you out there, you've never said that before. As soon as your wife said something, you want to jump right in immediately with the answer. Let's go fix it right now. I know with my wife, she says some things and I'll be like, all right, cool. Let's make a plan right now. Let's go attack it. We can start right away. What is it that you want to build? No, sometimes you just got to say, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Next phrase is this. God sent you. What about, oh, wow. What about that? What you tell your wife, God sent you. That's truly amazing. God sent you. I don't know if I've ever said those exact words to my wife. I think I might have been in that arena, but I'm going to watch. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that myself. God sent you. I'm going to look deep into her eyes and say, you know what? God sent you. Try it. What it's saying is you're not random in my life. I didn't just meet you on a street corner somewhere, but God sent you. God knew exactly what I needed, who I needed in my life, and God presented you to me. You're part of God's design for me. Just imagine how your wife is going to feel when you say that. God sent you. Genesis 2 says this, that God brought Eve to Adam. Same way, God brought your wife to you. When your wife feels like God placed her in your life, that builds security right there. If your wife is running around here thinking that she was just some random, just, I don't know, this a coin got flipped and you lost or you won and bam, here she is. No, she's not feeling good on that. But it's about knowing that God sent you. So tell your wife that you know that God sent your wife. Tell your wife that God sent you and you're grateful and you're thankful. Next three-letter word is this. Jesus leads us. That one right there. I know I've been in that area. Like we've had conversations and I'm like, hey, I know God is leading our lives. God's directing us. I don't think I've ever put the combination together that Jesus leads us. So I have to work on that because I might stumble. Jesus leads the little children or something. I'll get it wrong and mess up the situation. So I might have to write it down, practice it a couple times in the car. So by that, what you're saying is that you as the man of the house, you are not leading your marriage alone, but God is leading this. Jesus is leading this. And that's a secure thing. That's a secure thing. And then the action behind it. How are you leading your family? Jesus is leading your family. And in that, you're saying that I'm submitted to Christ first. Our home is built on him, which is the way it should be. Jesus should be the foundation in your home. If you profess Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, Christ should be the foundation of your home. So by saying this, Jesus leads us, and then backing it up with your actions says a whole lot, and it's going to say a whole lot to your wife. Joshua 24:15 says this, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. By saying this, Jesus leads us. This is telling your wife, this marriage is anchored in something bigger than our feelings. This is anchored in Christ. So I want you to practice those. Practice those. If you've never said them before, and use them, because sometimes, we want to say things to our wives to express how we feel and how we think. And sometimes we're at a loss of words. Men, we typically don't use our words. We're just like, oh yeah, sandwich, work, things like that. But we need to be able to express ourselves, because just like we're not mind readers, we can't read our wives' minds. They cannot read our minds. And women, they are expressing themselves verbally, non-verbally, and us men, we kind of go through the same routine and we don't express ourselves very often. So rather than just keeping it the same way, I love you, I love you, I love you, because they're like, man, yeah, he tells me that all the time. It kind of, I don't know, the meaning slips away a little bit. But using some different words, different phrases is going to make a huge difference. And I bet you, if you never said anything like this to your wife before, she is going to notice. She's going to be shocked. She's like, wow, Jimmy, I can't believe you. Wow. She's going to call all her girlfriends up. I can't believe he just said this to me. She's going to be like, girl, wow, my husband just says he loves me. Practice some of these. Now, there's some funny things that as I was looking at this, As I was looking at this post, some people put some funny things too. So let's talk about some funny things because humor is so important in a relationship. Sometimes love sounds like some funny stuff. So, what's some funny three letter words or three word combinations you could use? Number one, food is ready. Food is ready. You know, it's funny because in our home, I usually cook the meals and food is ready. Man, that's honest. You know, I call my wife, hey, food is ready. And or I'll be like, hey, come eat or something like that. But you know what? It's kind of funny, but it's true. It's true. You got to bring humor into your relationship. What about the bills are paid? Every woman wants to hear that. The man wants to hear that too, that the bills are paid because you can relax. You can relax until next month. Or what about this? The trip is booked. Go up to your wife now. Don't just go up to your wife and say the trip is booked and you ain't planned the trip. Don't do that. No. Or what about this? You know your wife's hungry and you walk through the door and you say, I got tacos. Yeah, she's gonna be excited for that too. Or what else? Or go take a nap, or I made coffee, or something like that. DoorDash is coming. Or the house is clean. What about that? Your wife comes home from a hard day at work and you say to her, the house is clean. Man, just imagine that reaction right there. That's gonna be a game winner. She's you can't just do that once. You gotta do that on a regular basis. And you know what? These things might be funny, but laughter is so important in our relationships. Yes, we have serious times, but having those jokes, especially what's so funny is when you have an inside joke between you and your wife, you know, it just makes your marriage so much better and so much more fun. So, here's something that many couples forget, that laughter is bonding. Laughter is bonding. We forget that. We forget to have fun in our lives. You know, just see the funny things that happen in your life around your home. I bet you spend the weekend at your house and there's something funny that happens. And just to be able to laugh about it. When you laugh, you're bonding. You're bonding with your wife. Fun is connecting. Don't think that things have to be serious all the time. You can go out and have fun. Having fun as a Christian. You know, I used to think, you know what, as a Christian, I'm not going to have any fun no more. I can't do this. I can't do that. Let me tell you, some of the best moments in my life, the funnest things, the best jokes are since I've been a Christian. You know how many jokes you can come up with out of the Bible? Fun is connecting. Have fun with your wife. Joy is strengthening. Joy is strengthening. Proverbs 17 and 22 says this: a joyful heart is good medicine. Let me say that again. A joyful heart is good medicine. You need to take time in our lives to laugh, to have fun, to smile. Make sure that joy is there. That laughter is it can bring you out of depression. It can bring you out of anxiety. Just putting a smile on your face. Go ahead and be mad and smile. You can't do it. I just even saying it, I think it's funny and I gotta laugh. But don't, you know what? Just we need to have joy in our heart. And the best joy ever is the joy that we get from God. As God has us with our family and shows us the blessings that he has for us, and just, you know, the roof that we have over our head and the security. We just went through a snowstorm, and just the joy of my family being warm and comfortable. Oh, that joy only comes from God. Marriage is not just about surviving the bills, surviving the kids, surviving the stress and the schedules. Marriage is also about, like I said, inside jokes, random dancing in the kitchen, laughing until you can't breathe. You know, I remember the times of just watching. My wife and I would watch comedy shows and just laughing till you can't breathe, enjoying being around each other. That's what marriage is about, that you enjoy, that your wife is your friend, your best friend. And if you only handle business together, you become roommates. If you laugh together, you stay connected. Jesus went to weddings. Yes, Jesus went to weddings. Jesus ate meals. Jesus lived life with people, not just taught them. Marriage should have joy in it. Man, I want to leave you with this. Real love sounds like, I got you. I trust you. I hear you. God sent you. Jesus leads us. That is love that feels safe. That's love that lasts. Tonight, what I want to challenge you to do is pick one of these and say it to your wife and mean it. And then what I want you to do is this: make her laugh. Have fun together, share a joke together, because strong marriages don't just love each other, they like each other too. Man of God, thank you so much for watching. I pray that you're having a blessed week. Take care, and I'll see you soon.